everybody. You know where you are. This is the Barrel Age. I'm Khalid Williams. Two things that matter here: drinks, people. Drinks that matter, people who care. I am all about connecting people through cocktails. And I'm also about hurrying the hell up because my girl told me I got to be done down here by 12:30. So my girl gonna come out tell my son to ask the neighbor, and I'm looking at I'm not even live over here. Lord have mercy. Button that you didn't check. So my girl gonna talk about tell my son go ask the neighbor for some eggs. And my camera just dropped. That's a damn shame. See, that's what I get. See, certain people you shouldn't talk about. The Lord says, do not touch my anointed. I said one thing about my girl and everything over here fell the hell over. It's a damn shame. That's what I get. But it's all right. Because we're going to do, I believe, what we're going to make it do. I said it wrong. What did Ray Charles say? We're going to make it do what it do. I couldn't even say that properly. That's a shame. I'm like Kamala Harris when they asked her if God is good. Yo, shout out Big Vic. Energy is in the building. Yo, could you come over here?
Yeah.
Let me show you something. We are in the lovely Tavern on the Ween, and I got the man, the myth, the legend. This is Nico Williams right here. That's your brother right there, Big Vic Williams. I'm thankful for you, my guy. I am here because I am making a cocktail to go for my neighbor who just gave us some eggs. Because if he didn't give us no eggs, we would be not, see, he even knows. Yo, we got to vibe, bro. I'm telling you. We got to vibe. If you're around tonight, you need to come over. I am going to make a beverage for my neighbor. He says that I know what he likes. I know his wife likes old fashions, and it's going to be awkward if he doesn't, because that means I paid more attention to what his wife has to say than what he said. Actually, he's a smart man. He's probably going to thank me for paying attention to what his wife said. So I'm going to make a version of the old fashioned that is really simple, really easy, and really fun. Old-fashioned cocktail. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but it breaks down very easily the four elements that is a cocktail. First, you need a spirit. Obviously, it's nothing without a spirit. Today's spirit is brought to you by the good people at Nelson Brothers. Nelson Brothers is from Tennessee. This was the first maker of whiskey in Tennessee, and they were pioneers of the Lincoln County method with the charcoal chill filtering. This here is actually a blend of Kentucky and Tennessee whiskeys. This sits next to Maker's Mark. It sits next to Knob Creek. Any premium bourbon that you like. This right here is going to suit its purpose. So that's our spirit. We're going to need bitter. Since it's Thanksgiving, we're going to do classic Angostura. By the way, I heard a story about Angostura. If you've ever been to Trinidad, Trinidad one's on a different time. When they were branding this bottle, one person went to get the bottle, the other person went to get the label. They didn't communicate, and so the label's bigger than the bottle. I heard that story. It may not be true, but that's what I love about alcohol. Shit ain't got to be true. It's just got to sound good. We're going to do Angostura and Hella Cocktails. Shout out Hella Cocktail Company. They're bitters. They've got smoked chili bitters. They've got a lemon bitters, which I think is essential, and their ginger bitters essential. So that's going to be our bitter. The sweet, this is where I think we really get to do something cool because it's Thanksgiving. Simple syrup is usually what I would use, right? Even though last night, what does that say? What does that say? I don't say nothing about no simple syrup, and I poured it, and I knew it at the last second, and my young son and I looked at each other and just understood that we did the wrong thing. But sometimes what's wrong is so right. Instead of using this, we're going to use a blend, maple, raw, aka turbinado sugar. I love it this time of year, a little more depth of flavor. So we're going to make his and hers cocktails. Very simply, we're going to start off, I'm making 2 here. I usually do about 4 dashes of these guys, so we're making 2 of these. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. I actually have proper dasher bottles. I ain't got them down here, and it's time to go because my girl told me it's time to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 8 dashes of bitters one time for your mind. The cool kids in their old fashions usually put about a quarter ounce of what's sweet. It's easy to add sweet after and not add too much in the beginning, but I'm gonna go with a ½ ounce. This is 2 cocktails, so we're gonna need a full ounce. So let's do a high quarter ounce of raw and a full ½ ounce of maple. This is that good. Shout out to Lawson's Finest Liquids, by the way. Lawson's Finest Liquid in Vermont gave me this as a gift when I was lucky enough to go stay on their property because I'm like that. Shout out to Steel for Food, the best knife maker in the country. Check us out next week. We're going live together and it's going to be a whole vibe. Very simple. This is just a thank you from my neighbor for letting us borrow some eggs on some old school energy. And again, what do we have here? We've got ginger bitters, Angostura bitters, a blend of raw and maple syrups that are lovely dripping down the edge, and a jigger that I just got my technology wet with. You know what I should start doing? Showing people the pieces of technological equipment that can deal with being behind the bar and showing people the ones that can't. I digress. Now we're gonna add a healthy 4 ounces of whiskey. Does this count as a batched cocktail? I don't know if you can really count it as a batched cocktail. We're gonna ice it up and we're gonna throw ice everywhere. Ooh, what time is it? 12:19, Lord have mercy. I gotta get this thing stirred. I gotta put it where it goes. Cause my girl's gonna be here yelling at me in a minute. And I'm gonna deserve it when it happens. This right here, most important ingredient. You can't do nothing without the water. You really can't. Water should make up at least 25% of your cocktail. Cocktails are like the human body. They're mostly water, and they all come from Earth. My brother, could you come on camera for a second? Because this is a teachable moment. So I told my brother that I told my son here, water is the most important part of a cocktail. What did you just bring me?
A bottle of water.
Bottle of water. Show him over here. What did you just bring me? No.
Oh, a bottle of water.
Water is not going to come from the bottle. However, there is an exception. When I say water for a cocktail, it's coming from dilution with the ice. However, if I was batching cocktails fast, I doggone sure would have a bottle of water, and I would just throw that thing in there. I love a nice maple old fashioned in the winter. Shout out Kwatch Lobster. I'm telling you. We got a little maple, a little ginger, a little raw. And I think this is going to make my neighbor happy. Otherwise, he's going to ask for his eggs back or he's going to knock over whatever my girl. Imagine if my neighbor was pissed off and he didn't like the drink I made him. And so he just knocked over the baked goods that she made. That wouldn't. My dog's got an opinion about that. Sir, could you provide the bottles, please? One more thing that I'm hoping I can show, teach, prove. I'll take 2 for now if you could. Thank you. I've got these lovely bottles that always look not that awesome until you fill them. Because let's face it, shout out to Quentin McDougal, teacher of the century. Yo, Big Chris is in the building. So, I want you to remember something. I learned this from a gentleman named Roger Gross. Shout out Roger Gross. Follow him at Potable Raj. He taught me what you call the competition pour. He said, you got to do a competition pour. I said, what does that mean? Just like compete for you for how little money I have? I'm here all week, try the veal. He said, nah, bro, you got to pour your drinks like you're in a competition. Now, what does that mean? It means I don't just fill this up. I pour like this, and this is something your guests will notice. And they will appreciate you for. Hopefully you can see, everybody can see what I'm doing. This right here makes such a difference, and it's referred to by Gaz Regan, one of my mentors, is just a little bit of business. Some here, some there. Some here, some there. Now, why do I do this? I do this to ensure that each person is going to be tasting the exact same thing. And I tell you what else. Your man right here, I like to be organized. I'm not always organized, but I do my best. But one thing your boy will always do every time I get a vessel for a drink, it's always going to come up and make a perfect watch line. I didn't bartend for 2 years. I measured every drink. Everyone came out wrong. As soon as I stopped measuring, the drinks came out perfectly, and this happened. So, me, who teaches, shout out to the best marketer in the state of Connecticut, Miss Amanda Sirica. I really hope you're still in here. Working with you was a pleasure. It truly was. Other parts of it weren't a pleasure, but that's a story for another day and another time, ain't it? I might give some bar lore tonight and tell you some stories. Crafted, I just got a beautiful message. Crafted Cocktail Connecticut. Getting a well done from those who love cocktails like I do means the world. We've got our 2 maple ginger old fashions here, and we're gonna go give them to our neighbor in just a moment. Stay tuned. I want everyone to understand that I'm just so thankful to be here, being able to make cocktails, to talk about beverages, to vibe out with some dope people. I can't lie, I have a high opinion of myself. Would you like to know the reason why? Look who's in these comments. You see the people I get to know? My life is pretty dope. I want each and every one of you today, drink some Riesling wine or some Beaujolais with your turkey. Eat something off that Thanksgiving menu that you maybe have never had before. I want you to listen to some music that connects you with whoever you're with. It may be something you like, it may be something you don't like, but if it connects you with who you're with, you're gonna have a good time. And lastly, I wanna think about the good times you've had in the past and have a wish for a beautiful future, because the present is a mother gift, and I'm just glad to share it with you. I think I'm gonna make it upstairs and have everything put away and do what I told my girlfriend I would do for once in my life. I'm not gonna piss her off. I got a virtue signal one more time. When I make these to go, I always include. I was gonna this is brand new. I was gonna try to make my orange swath. Let's try that again. I always include a lovely orange swath and a cherry. Could you ask Becky for 2 to-go ramekins, please? He doesn't want to say that word. He never wants to hear the word ramekin again. This is, ooh, wait a minute. No, you go ahead, buddy. Yo, I gotta try this drink. 1 part Jepson's Malort, 1 part Jepson's Malort, 1 part Jepson's Malort shaken. Yo, I got a message from my boss. He was like, why are we buying all this weird shit? And then some girl asked for the Jepson's Malort, and he was all over it. Funny how that works, isn't it? I want to say thank you to Nelson Brothers for showing so much love. I want to say thank you for you being part of what I do here. And in a few minutes, we're going to run to my neighbor's house, and we're going to give him his cocktail, and it's going to be a good time. I thank you all. I love you all. Peace. Doobie doobie doop 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 doobie doobie doop 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 doop. That's my face. I want to show you my bottles. Yeah.